Hi, my name is Cassandra and I'm doing my speech on mental health in America. Normal, N-O-R-M-A-L, following the standard or the common type. You could say it's a simple term, but what does it actually mean? What is normal? Science says it's to be free of any mental disorder, and to be free of any mental disorder, you are known as sane. But is being sane really that common in today's society? What happened to a world where you could be called unique, special, or different, and nobody would question what that meant? Mental illnesses are common in the United States. Nearly 1 in 5 U.S. adults live with a mental illness. That's 46.6 million people in 2017, according to the National Institute of Mental Illness, published in 2019. Mental illnesses include many different conditions and different degrees of severity. There are 2 broad categories to use to describe these conditions: any mental illness, or MI, and serious mental illness, SMI. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, AMI is defined as a mental, behavioral, and emotional disorder. It can vary in impact ranging from mild, moderate, and even severe impairment. SMI is defined as a mental, behavioral, or emotional disorder resulting in serious functional impairment, which substantially interferes with or limits one or more major activity in someone's life. Mental illness is the most common in ages 18 to 25, where 25.8% of people in 2017 suffered from it. College kids are in the age category of 18 to 25, which means that they should be informed about mental health. It can be very scary and confusing, and people don't know exactly what they're feeling. I'm not ashamed or scared to say that I suffer from a mental illness. It has taken me many years to get where I am today, and I continue to work on my mental health every day. I have some really good days, but I also have some really bad days. Mental illness is a serious problem in today's society. It makes the lives of those affected a very different type of normal than what most people are used to. There is so much to talk about when it comes to mental health, but a few ideas I want to focus on is mental health in young adults, distinctly girls and guys, and how social media affects mental health. Mental illnesses can affect anyone, anywhere, anytime, and anyone, but its main victim is young adults. First, I want to talk about mental health in girls. Studies show that nearly 1/4 of teenage girls exhibit depression symptoms, and over 2/3 of teenagers that are on antidepressants are girls. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, published in 2019, some symptoms of depression include persistently sad, feeling hopeless, loss of interest in activities, insomnia or oversleeping, overeating or low appetite, thoughts of suicide, and many more. As you can see, these symptoms of depression are no joke. And to top it off, girls are twice as likely to be diagnosed with a mood disorder than boys because girls tend to mature faster. It is because of their rapid pace of maturity, they are more emotionally vulnerable, resulting in a higher possibility of receiving depression and anxiety. To make things worse, self-harm is an action taken by young adults that do not tackle these issues right away, pushing them to a point where they're at a strong risk of committing suicide. As reported by the ADAA, the second most common factor of deaths before the age of 25 is suicide. Although this may be the harsh truth, there are many treatments for mental health that include medication and therapy. Therapy is a great way to help treat a mental illness. Cognitive behavioral therapy is based on the idea that a person is trapped in a negative mindset pattern. Depressed adults tend to evaluate themselves negatively and assume the worst possible outcome. But adults with anxiety have an overwhelming fear of negative outcomes before anything has even happened. Cognitive behavioral therapy teaches people to challenge their negative mindset, recognize the pattern, and train themselves to start thinking outside of it. When talking about mental health, it is more focused towards females, but in reality, mental health also affects men. Psychology Today states that men are less likely to seek mental health services compared to females. One of the major factors of men not seeking help is masculinity norms in today's example, my friend Gabe suffers from extreme mental health issues, and while I was talking to him about it, he told me he stopped going to therapy when his friends found out because they made fun of him for being a guy needing help. Society creates this image that guys should not openly express their issues and make it seem it's wrong to ask for help. As Psychology Today writes, there is a common area of toxic masculinity in American society. No sissy stuff and the sturdy oak are just two phrases used when talking about guys and how they should act. And to put it into words, men should avoid anything feminine or associated with females, and men should not show weakness and handle their problems independently. Just like females, men also have a high rate of suicide. In the article, Mental Health, A Silent Crisis, it claims that men make up over 75% of suicide victims in the United States. That's one man killing himself every 20 minutes. This correlates with substance abuse also being a major problem in males. This kind of abuse occurs at a rate of 3 to 1 in comparison to females. In today's society, men who are suicidal or have substance abuse issues result in suffering in silence. This shouldn't be the case in everyday society because everyone deserves to get the help they need without being judged. There should be other services to help accommodate men's needs instead of just medication and talk therapy. If we implement more action over word, then we will see a dramatic change in mental health for men overall and making the world a better place for everybody. In today's society, the internet and social media have a great impact on everybody's life. It seems as if we no longer fit into a community without having social media. This causes many issues since the only thing portrayed on social media is the best image of people, leaving others to compare themselves feeling as if they aren't good enough. Social media portrays that everyone should look and be perfect all the time when in reality, that's just not true. Social media influencers and famous people play a big part of this when they only post about how great their lives are and everything they have. People tend to compare and get in their heads as if they need to be perfect for people to like them or to gain likes and followers. National Center of Health research shows that if a person spends 5 or more hours a day online, they are 71% more likely to have at least just one risk factor of suicide. To help prevent social media increasing mental health in adults, actions need to be put into place. One way to help is by turning off notifications. Another way to help change mental health is when it comes to social media Another way mental health can change when it comes to social media is by the platforms removing likes. It's a great way for people to stop comparing themselves to others. Society today needs to change, or more and more people will fall into the trap and not get the help they need. In conclusion, mental health is a serious problem in today's society and makes the lives of those affected a very different type of normal than what most people are used to. So I guess, after this whole speech, we should be able to answer the question, what is normal? The answer is, there isn't just one normal. People are born different. Nobody's perfect. People aren't born to be perfect. Today's society should emphasize being okay with needing help. Just because you are a guy or a girl, it shouldn't matter. I found this quote actually on social media, which is kind of ironic after I talked about how social media is bad. But if you find the right things on social media, they can actually help a lot. So if you get one thing out of this whole speech, try and remember this. My battles are invisible to many. Most people can't tell, but they are there. You can't see my brain like you can see my body. You can't see what's going on inside someone's head. Their outside appearance is only half of who they are. The other half is on the inside. Please don't suffer in silence. You deserve to be heard. You are important. You are worthy of life. Your life is worth so much more than you could ever imagine. You are special. You are one of a kind. You are strong, you are brave, and you are most importantly alive. Keep living. Thank you. And here are my references. And here is my outline. And my audience is my mom and my brother who have been listening to this great speech. Thank you.